Hello friends, in today's video, let's learn about what is grid system in UI design. I'll talk about types of grid system along with examples and benefits of using grids in UI. So let's begin. A grid is made up of columns, gutters and margins that provide a structure for the layout of any elements on a page. So now let's see what are three types of common grid systems used in websites and UI. So the first one is column grid, second one modular grid, and the third one hierarchical grid. So column grids are typically used in desktop applications or desktop website. Typically it has 12 columns and it involves dividing a page into vertical columns, and after aligning the vertical columns, UI elements and content are then aligned to these columns. Whereas modular grid are good for using e-commerce and listing pages, as rows are repeatable to accommodate browsing. So sites like Behance, Pinterest, so these sites use these kind of structure, modular grid. And the third type is hierarchical grid. Content is organized by the importance of using columns in terms of visual hierarchy, rows and modules. The most important elements and pieces of content consume the maximum space on the grid. Now let's see the details of grid system. So if you see in this image, columns take the most of the real estate in a grid. Elements and content are placed in columns, the vertical column. To adapt to any screen size in terms of responsive, column widths are generally defined with percentages rather than fixed values. The gutter is a space between columns that separates elements and content from different columns. Gutter widths are fixed values but can change based on different breakpoints. So you can manually adjust the gutter space, you can manually adjust the column space as per your need. Margins are to the left and the right outermost areas on the screen. So we should not lay out any content in this area. Now let's see the examples of column grid, hierarchical grid and modular grid. So the first one, in column grid, if you see over here, the design uses a column grid to create an attractive visual experience. The gutter, the spaces in between the columns are also consistently sized and help the user visually separate the different products. So the second example for the modular grid is that I've just took an example of Behance website. The site uses a modular grid to create a pleasant browsing experience. Horizontal gutters are slightly thicker than vertical gutters and margins are consistently sized on the left and the right of the design. So if you see in the mobile version of this Behance site, you can see all the cards are stacked below each other. This is what the grid system makes it easy for the UI designers as well as for the UI developers. So third example for the hierarchical grid is that based on your visual hierarchy or visual importance or content, the grids are divided. So we can increase the columns. So if you see the banner has like 6 columns in the left and 4 columns on the right. So we can divide that columns based on the importance of your content or any images you want to display. So now let's see the benefits of the grid. Designers can quickly put together well-aligned interfaces. Users can easily scan the contents based on the grid system. It's easy for the user to scan the content, and the most important advantage of grid system is that it is very helpful in the responsive design. So one example we have seen for the Behance, it's easy to adapt to the different breakpoints. So for an example, desktop screen may have 12 grid systems which may be stacked on a mobile so that the resulting layout has only 4 columns. So to conclude, grids provide good readability and scannability for the users. So you can use a grid system based on your need, which adapts easily for various screen sizes. Thanks for watching the video, and please subscribe to my channel and press the like button. And if you have any comments, please share your comments below.